A violent punishment for a violent crime might give some amount of temporary relief, but I totally believe that it is not going to be a permanent solution. I pray that justice should be served to your family, and it should ensure that no single person suffers the same way that you have suffered and the entire nation is suffering because of what has happened to you. This video is mostly for parents. These 10 things are very important for you to teach your children, whether it is a boy or girl, on how to treat a fellow human being. Boys and girls, please listen to these 10 things and make this change from today. Number 1 is empathy building. You need to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to feel whatever they are feeling while you are reacting in one particular way. It is very important for you to empathize with the person that you are handling with, and you need to know what your boundaries are. Number 2, consent education. It is extremely important for you to understand about the concept of consent. You need to ask the person's 100% willingness without any pressure, even when you have to shake your hands on opposite gender or with the same gender. It is a very good practice for you to get the consent of that person and to understand whether that person is actually in the state of mind to give consent. Number 3 is healthy relationships. It is very essential for you to make sure that your healthy relationship has these 3 qualities: compassion, mutual respect, and trust. Number 4, emotional intelligence. You need to understand what are all the emotions and feelings that you are having. In case if you are developing a violent tendency or emotion, you need to make sure that whatever you are developing is wrong, get help, and then try to handle that in the right way. Instead, if you go and then pour your emotion on somebody else, you will definitely affect not only that person but also you. Number 5, respectful communication. Always starts with a good listener. Once you listen to the opponent's problems or their preferences, you will definitely make sure that you get into a respectful communication between you and your loved one. Number 6, boundary setting. You need to give a lot of space emotionally and physically for your partner, and when you give that space, the closeness between you both is going to definitely become better, and that will automatically lead to a good communication and good relationship. Number 7, media literacy. You need to have a good understanding that whatever you see in social media is not something that you have to follow. If it is violence, if it is sexual arrogance that is being shown to you very often, it does not mean that you have to start practicing it. It is better to get yourself away from that and try to follow social media for the good aspects of it rather than following it for the nonsensical things. Number 8 is very, very important. It is called bystander intervention. When you come across some kind of an inappropriate behavior that is being imposed upon one person to another person, and when you are a bystander or a spectator, it is very important for you to voice out and question them why you are doing this kind of a behavior towards that person. It is wrong. It is very important for you to acknowledge and try to be there for the person who is getting affected, and try to say no to the person who is offending or who is trying to cause harm. The moment you extend your support to that person who might be a potential victim, the crime can definitely come down and it can be even prevented. Self-reflection. Boys or girls, whatever they do, they need to have an analysis of whatever their actions are, whatever their thoughts are. Is it okay for me to act like this? You need to have a self-evaluation before you start acting on your premature emotions or urges. That is going to definitely make you a better person. And the last one is positive masculinity, which is very important for boys. You need to encourage boys having these kind of qualities like respect, empathy, and kindness, which can be seen as biggest strength of their masculinity, and that should become the identity of the masculinity that you want yourself to have. If you teach these 10 things to your children, you can not only prevent horrible crimes like what happened in Kolkata, but can ensure that your children have a safe world in their future. We strongly together stand against any violence against any human being. It is not the punishment that we are all focused about. It is just the sigh of relief that the future is not going to have any more such horrible incidents happening. Please teach your children the right way.